I like to like stand out a little bit with the clothes I wear, and I like try to avoid like wearing the same outfit like over and over. I kind of like confusing cis people. I'm trans. My pronouns are he, him. But I kind of just like do my own thing with like gender and fashion, and I kind of like like people assume that I'm not cis, and I kind of like that. So yeah. So I'm still like trying to like find my community in college, but I'm from Maine, like rural Maine. I definitely stand out for my community and what I wear, but I also, where I'm from, we all kind of just have this kind of like individualistic kind of like ethos to us. For me, that's sort of how that comes out for my personality, I guess. Like my personality and like style kind of like take that and then just I do it with clothes.
Sometimes people can assume I'm like kind of like girly and like, I don't know, like I usually have like big like fun earrings and like stuff like that, and I guess that's kind of intentional.
I would say my style definitely does affect my identity. For one, I like to wear like a lot of bright colors maybe. It feels really good to wear baggy clothes and just have them be flowing in the wind or something.
I'm kind of like don't have like a super like strong one community right now. I'm usually like dressed pretty different than like everybody else, which is like, you know, fine.
I'd say my friends, my family, and just like, I'd say anyone who is like putting a lot of energy into like doing something sick, I would say is part of my community.
I mean, I feel like, well, identity and community, that's kind of like whole group versus like individual. So I guess like trying to find that like healthy balance, like contributing while also like contributing in a way that like is beneficial to you and your community, and like kind of finding that like balance.
My outfit in general would kind of fit in, I guess. It would like stand out and fit in a sense where a lot of people like to dress like comfortably. A lot of people like to dress, you know, just very casually, like a bunch of college students. Because like you go to college, you're like, okay, I'm very tight. I don't want to put too much effort into the outfit, and that shows. And there's a lot of people around me that dress like that. But also, there's a lot of people that dress like her that are very more outgoing, a lot more, you know, out there. And that's also something I see a lot more.
I like to choose from when, like, if it's cold, if it's warm. I like to be comfortable, and that's, like, pretty much it, yeah. And, like, I guess I am kind of extra, in a way. I like to say that my fashion kind of extrudes what I feel and how I am as a person.
Something I always take into consideration when I'm choosing my outfit is the weather. I saw this shirt in my dresser, I was like, yes, this is the shirt I want to wear today. And then the rest of the outfit was kind of just crafted around it. I think my style's kind of ever-changing. It's kind of just whatever I see and like. I don't know if people assume anything about me. I mean, they could probably assume, like, socioeconomic status. The way I dress is not very indicative of anything in my identity, per se. People don't associate identity with something that is constantly changing, but it is. Like, that's kind of the definition of parts of your identity. There are two parts of identity. There's the way you identify yourself, the way you know yourself, because nobody knows you like yourself, and the way other people identify you. And unfortunately, like, we can't control the way that people label us, the way that people see us.
A lot of people I hang out with like usually skate, and they're part of like, especially like music culture is like a big influence on like how we dress and stuff. So I'd say that. A lot of people we hang out with are just like wearing similar clothes as us, and not really, we're just trying to like stand out and be our own thing.
I mean, I guess I try to stand out in my school a little bit, in my community. A lot of the girls tend to dress the same, and a lot of boys tend to dress the same. So I kind of try to branch off from that and create my own look, I guess.
Usually I try to stand out from others. I say I have a quite different style than a lot of people in my school. And same with Jeff. I try to go for more skater type of look, but yeah.
I would like to believe that I'm very like free, I'm very like joyful, I'm very bold, and I think I definitely show that in my style. I never shy away from making a statement.
I think I'm a bold and confident but sort of reserved person. I think that sort of shows in my style.
My community has a lot to do with my identity because they correlate. They go together, you know what I mean? Like, you are who you surround yourself with. I like to surround myself with people that are like goal-driven. We grow together, you know what I mean? Family, friends, church, school, you name it, is definitely who I am. It makes me who I am today. So
Yeah, I agree. I think community are those people who are invested in my growth and people who want to see me win, people who water me just as much as I water them. My community is my church community as well, my family, my friends. So people who are invested in my growth and as much as I'm invested in theirs.
I think depending on what I wear, if I go more prep, I think people assume I'm straight, but I'm gay. So then, like today, you might guess that. But I think that has been probably over the last few years an interesting take on people not necessarily gathering that because I'm being more potentially more feminine. I usually want my shoes to be more of a central piece of my outfit, so then picking a color there.
And I think people think I'm very conservative, and I'm really not that conservative. It's just that that's how I like to dress because that's what I'm comfortable in. I wear a lot of black, and I don't wear bright colors, so people probably think, oh, she's just, very boring. And I don't think I'm boring, but it's just what I'm comfortable in. It's funny because a couple things like I'll wear, someone will be like, oh, that's so New York because I moved from California. And I'm like, okay, I fit in here.
I would venture to say most people probably have a couple identities, whether they recognize that or not. I think that you're in your inside, you have your self-identity, but I would think you mold that at times to match your community, or it grows because you're in the community you probably fit best in.
People come and go from your life, and I think that that's where I've made choices. People enter your life for certain reasons. They help you grow, like that was positive or that was negative, and I just think we evolve constantly. We're not always in the same community or don't have the same identity. And you get to a point where you're comfortable, like this is who I am, and I'll fit where I fit.
Yeah, I love that. Okay, so that concludes the interview portion.